Watch my kids.
All right, here we go. Just so we don't forget who we really are. And we're gonna say, I'm gonna say them and repeat them, and then we're gonna just sit with them for a minute, okay?
Yes.
You just sit with those words and the power of those words. I'm a child of the divine.
I'm a child of the divine.
Breathe into that. I am wonderfully made.
I am wonderfully made.
I am connected to every person, place, and thing in the universe.
I am connected to every person, place, and thing in the universe.
Breathe into that one. I give myself permission
I give myself permission
and allow myself to be prosperous
and allow myself to be prosperous
and have a successful, meaningful life
and have a successful, meaningful life
with myself, others, and the divine.
with myself, others, and the divine.
I am at peace with myself and my environment
I am at peace with myself and my environment
and enjoy the great opportunities for my prosperity
and enjoy the great opportunities for my prosperity
on a daily basis.
on a daily basis.
Breathe into that one.
Thank you, Sam. Okay. Well, happy Thanksgiving. Why am I wishing you all a happy Thanksgiving?
We will be here next week.
Right, we're not going to be here. Okay, so what we're going to do, is we will meet after Thanksgiving. Do you want to meet again after Thanksgiving? Do you want to continue these classes?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, okay, good, then we'll do that. I'll send out an email next week and we'll figure out when we come back, okay? This will be good. So,
Can we
please.
have a Thanksgiving potluck?
Oh, it's a good idea. Yeah. What do you think? Shall I have it?
Anyone need anywhere to go on actual Thanksgiving?
You mean like during that week of Thanksgiving?
Sure.
How about when we come back? How about the first time class we come back, we have a potluck?
Sure.
Good
Okay.
plan.
Gratitude potluck.
be fun.
Gratitude,
yes.
So
That
let's
would
do
be
that.
fun.
All right, so we can do that. And there'll be a lot more people here too. Then, so we'll send that out. I'll send out the information. I think we've got a new person here tonight. So Debbie, would you mind standing up and introducing yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Debbie Matthews. I just saw him yesterday for the first time.
Well, thank you for being here tonight. And please make sure before she leaves that you give her a hug and talk to her for me, okay? This is good.
Good at that.
Good. Let me start this off with, say, 3 levels of gratitude, okay? 3 ideas about gratitude. What can we be grateful about that's happened to you since last week? Okay.
Bizarre experience. A friend of mine lives in a haunted house with the perfunctory children, happy ghosts that they were dumb enough to invite to stay and play. And it turns out that it wasn't exactly what they thought it was. I told her what to look out for, and she woke up in the middle of the night with something really trying to hurt her, and then she remembered my words of, surround yourself in light and remember that they can't really hurt you, and you have to give them permission for that. So that kept her from having problems. So I'm very grateful that she, in the middle of all of this, remembered what I told her, and it kept her safe, because it didn't seem like a good situation.
Good, very good, very good. Please.
I had a couple of really rough days last week, and I really wringed out spirit really well that things were not connecting up too well, and I really needed a lot of help. And at work Sunday, a woman walked through the door with a beautiful t-shirt on, and it said faith on it in gold. So I stopped her at the door, because I usually greet people at the door, and I stopped her at the door and I said, I love your shirt. What I meant was, I love your message.
Sure.
And she says, I've got to run to the bathroom. So she ran off, but when she came back, she walked right up to me and put her arms around me and gave me the biggest hug I think I've had in a long time. And she handed me this.
Wow.
And it's a really beautiful little cross.
That's
And
very
I was
nice.
tears just started flowing. So apparently that was a symbol for me.
Very
And
good.
I just, gratitude for that.
Very good,
Little message back.
very good. Please.
We've had all kinds of weird, like little setbacks here and there, and issues that are popping up that you like wouldn't even think that would come up, and I'm like, I'm not letting this get me down. I'm not letting them get me. I am not. It's all gonna be good. It's all fine. It's just
So-
kind of weird.
So you're happy that you can be grateful for?
Oh, I'm just saying everything's fine. It's all good.
Yeah,
It's
that's
all
So in
good.
spite
That
of
it's
all the
not
difficulties.
upsetting us.
Yeah, it's not.
Right.
You know what? It's okay.
So it's
I'm
coming
not-
from spirit.
I'm not letting it get me. I'm not letting it get me. Just
Very
keep
good.
flowing.
Very good.
It's all gonna be okay. It's all fine.
Okay, very good. So what do you think, why am I asking for levels of gratitude right now? Why? What are we trying to do with the gratitude? Thank you. What are we trying to do with the gratitude?
Stay in gratitude.
Stay in gratitude, but we're
Stay in
also,
spirit.
stay in spirit, and we're attempting to stay in spirit so that we have better relationships, right? With ourselves, with others, with God, with the universe in general, right? So the whole purpose of what we're doing is creating opportunities for better relationships, no matter where they are. Now, I was listening to a TV minister, and he was talking about this, and he said the purpose of Christianity is to have better relationships. The problem is, and people will talk about this, but they're not saying from where are you developing relationships. We've talked about what will happen if you develop a relationship to you and your environment from the brain. We're going to have nothing but destruction, anger and frustration. Now, if we go to the heart, we're going to have relationships based on fear, doubt, uncertainty. So the only thing that we can trust, and the only thing that's going to help us is develop a relationship in spirit 100% of the time. So the question always is, how do we get to spirit? How do we stay there? What do we do? How do we make this useful for every one of us? Well, I go back to the things that we've said before, and I'm saying this for the benefit of all of us, but especially for Debbie, since she hasn't been here before. So the first thing we want to do is we want to do what? What do we want to do first? In order to get out of these two areas and come down to spirit, what do we do number one?
Our meditation.
True.
We gotta clear.
Clear. We got to clear. I had a lady call me on Sunday night, and she's calling me because her medical doctor tells her that she needs a heart operation in order for her to be well from the problems that she's having. So she's asking me, should she have the heart operation? Now, you can imagine that this is not a simple little yes or no idea. It took me a while to figure out the type of statement I needed to make, and she was on the phone with me. And I was tired, it was a long day Sunday, and I said I'd call her back later. So I did it right after I hung up the phone with her. I scanned, and one of the answers that came up, the first answer was that she needed to have the operation. Now, something wasn't right, so I slept for about an hour, and I went back into my clearing phase. I cleared my environment, myself and my environment, which I did not do the first time. I scan it a second time and it comes up, she shouldn't have the operation. And there's no doubt about that. She should not have the operation. Okay? What I'm trying to say is, I don't care how good you are. I don't care how much you've done this. I don't care if you think that you have it right down to the smallest decimal. I'm always going to tell you, don't take any chances. If you have a serious situation that you must evaluate, something that's important, you must clear the environment, because there are energies around you, including your own energy, that you may not want, that can create a problem. So how do we clear the environment? What do you do? What do you do for yourselves? to clear the environment?
Vacuum the goo.
Okay, so,
Create your sphere.
okay, create the sphere and do what?
Vacuum.
Vacuum the, okay, vacuum the situation. Is there anyone else with a different idea about
Okay,
creating
I
space?
just use our go God and come back and vaporize.
Okay, all right, and that works for you? Okay, good, so we
Send
got
everything
two.
to fire,
Pardon me?
fire,
Okay,
send everything to fire.
okay,
In my prayers in the morning, I pray to the Holy Spirit
okay,
to eliminate all the negative thoughts, everything that comes to my mind that is negative, and I
Right.
put it in the fire.
okay, good.
And I close the fireplace,
Mhm.
and then I put myself in the circle,
Uh-huh.
and I allow that burn everything
Okay,
and finish with it.
Okay.
And how to go to the spirit, we have to learn not to think about the brain, the
Right.
mind, or heart,
right,
and go and dwell in the spirit
right,
away.
right.
That's it.
Very good,
That we have to try to do.
very good, very
It's
good.
not that easy because the mind keeps taking you to China.
Yes.
Like vulgar, you know, you say, take you away, and you keep bringing it back. And
Very
say,
good.
I don't want anything with you, go to the spirit.
Very good. Well, I'm going to allow you to start teaching the class. Very good, that's very good. So we have different ways. How long does it normally take people, like yourselves, to clear? How long does it normally take you? How many minutes? Or do you do it in seconds?
Few minutes.
Few minutes,
Yeah.
2 or 3 minutes?
Yes, I
Yeah.
finish.
5 minutes or less.
5 minutes or less? Anyone else?
I think maybe longer, probably 10 minutes.
Right, 10 minutes, okay. You can clear in a few minutes, but generally it's a few minutes, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, and Debbie, is this making sense to you about clearing?
Sort of.
We'll
Might
talk.
need you to clarify it just a little more.
Okay, all right, so can someone explain what you do to Debbie? Just a moment, can you take a minute to do that?
Yeah, I can do that. When I clear, I create the circle, the sphere around myself,
And why do you do the sphere?
because it's the most natural structure to encase everything. The universe is made of spheres.
Okay, but you're also using it because this is your area of protection?
Right, I'm claiming that space as my
Claiming
area of
space.
protection,
Yes.
my ward, if you will.
Right.
And that keeps things out and things in. So I claim my space, I claim myself and the other things, and I ask Spirit to place inside there whatever needs to be in there for me, and name the people who really need to be in there, including myself. Don't forget yourself.
Other people are in your sphere? I thought it was just you and God.
It can be you and God in the beginning, it can be you and God, okay? But later you can bring in others too. Okay, but we'll start with you and God.
Then I personally open a conduit to the heart of Sirius Majoris, which is one of the largest stars in the universe, which would both give me suction and
Scott,
fire.
I think you've gone far. You have gone far enough.
Step one.
So,
You can tell he's been doing this for a while.
so back to this. So I fill it with light.
Thank you.
And then do I need to do the furnace too?
Oh, no, you're doing well, just as it is.
So then I allow the suction and the darkness and the energy that shouldn't be there to come out of me and go into the furnace and go away. That's about as simple as that's how I started,
Yeah.
with just the sphere, with filling it with light,
Okay.
and the suction going into the furnace, taking the darkness out of me and out of my environment that I claimed, putting in the furnace and burning it to nothing. That's where I started.
Okay.
Yes, but I have gone different directions.
Thank you. Debbie, I would suggest also that you may stop one of the people after class and maybe talk to them too, because this is one way of doing it. There are a few other ways of doing it, and you can keep it very simple. And if you're not sure about something, give me a call and we'll talk about it, okay? Okay, but first we clear. That's the important part. Okay, what do we do next? We clear. What do we do next?
Ground yourself?
Well, here's what I'm going to hope that you do. After you clear, I'm hoping that you'll have a book that you can begin writing in. Okay? I don't care how large or small the book is, but I'm hoping that you'll get a book, and each day you'll write in this book what it is that you truly want. Okay? Go day by day, and before you write in the book, I would ask you to clear yourself and clear what you're doing before you're writing this book. Okay? So you write down what it is that you truly want. Okay?
Okay, but before I even start claiming my space and clearing, I have to get out of my head
Okay?
and make sure that I'm connected with spirit. And sometimes it takes me quite a while to just keep saying, get out of your head and just breathe. I mean, just breathing it and bringing it down, bringing that energy down.
Sure.
So that I'm calm.
Sure.
Because when, there's, especially this past week, there's been all kinds of stuff. And I feel it, and so I have to basically just bring myself into spirit.
Right.
And sometimes that takes a long time before I can start to claim my space.
Right. Right.
And the clearing.
Okay. Well, if you'll go through it by claiming the space, and so we know what it is, and then you go back into writing things down. It'd be better if we could write them down. Then as you're looking at what you're writing down, you can sense from how you're feeling, am I really in my spirit or not? If I'm neutral, relaxed, and I'm writing it down, whatever it is, I'm in my spirit, most likely. If I'm agitated, upset, fearful, judging, like how am I going to do it? I can't believe I'm writing this down. We're obviously know we're not in our spirit. Okay. But that's a good point, yes,
So I usually do my meditation before I go to sleep.
which is good.
Right, relaxing, but then like she's talking about, get into the spirit and then get up and write.
No,
See,
no,
I'm judging now. So,
we could do this in the morning. I
Oh,
would
in the
suggest you
morning.
do this once a day.
okay.
Once a day in the morning, okay? And then through the day, just keep focusing on this, whatever it is. And then when you go to sleep at night, you can be very grateful that you've been able to work on it during the day. You get up in the morning, go to the next page, start writing down, and maybe the same things that you write down again,
Okay.
okay? But we'll just do it once a day.
So you can repeat.
I'm sorry.
You can repeat it.
You can repeat it. You can repeat it, yes.
So you're writing down what you want out of the day?
What you
Making
want
a
out of the day,
statement.
but I'm hoping also that you'll write down what you truly want with your life. You can do both. You can do both, okay? All right?
Would you call these desires or intentions or?
Intentions, I think would be a better word. And I think you would appreciate the word intention. Right?
Yeah, I
That's
do.
coming from your
That's the
spirit.
one I like.
Right, that's coming from spirit. Yeah. Yeah, desires would come up from your heart, that's not a good word. Okay.
No,
Yeah, but this is good, this is good. So I'm asking you to get more focused and really spending a little bit of time by writing it down, focusing on this, and then giving yourself permission through the day, as we've said before. Take 5 or 10 minutes, go through this consciously, and we'll go through it tonight also. I'll go through this consciously so that we're doing it, we're giving ourselves permission, and then after we're done with that, then give your spirit permission to take over during the rest of the day to run your program. Remember the program that we're doing, where we're praising ourselves in our prosperity circle, right? Okay, so that'll work. That'll help us. Okay? Good. Any questions about what we just said about doing that? All right, how about if we go back and start what we did last week? Let's write down a new set of intentions of the things that we want. So let me pass out some cards. There we go. Pass this back. Pass these back.
that way.
There we go. Just pass them back. Once more. There we go.
I'm a right-handed person, so I'll go right.
I just want to leave Danny out.
There we go. Okay, so let's write down what you truly want in your life. Okay?
Like, how many things are we talking about?
One thing.
Oh,
Just
one.
thing. Just one thing. And put a circle around it when you're done writing, what it is that you truly want.
Are you speaking about something just something we truly want for like the moment that will affect the rest of our lives?
Your
or-
choice. Your
Okay, so if we
choice.
put prosperity, does that mean we get all 4 things?
Yeah.
If we do this from spirit, whatever we're asking for here will open up the door for all 4 elements.
Okay,
Okay?
the answer then.
Okay? So whatever it is, feel it from spirit.
one thing.
Okay, one thing. One thing. Okay. And we'll evaluate and see where we are, like we did last week. Now I've got another idea I'd like to do also before we're done tonight. So,
Here, use mine, 'cause I'm sorry.
That's not a good
Thank you.
excuse.
We'll give you a picture.
okay. So can I have first volunteer to come up? I'll do the same thing we did last week. Sure, please. Mary, could you turn the light
See what my
down,
problems
please?
are.
That's good, that's good. That's very good right there. Okay, so, Sherry, if you'll think about whatever this is, let it go through your body, whatever the energy is of that. Just let it go through. And remember what we're looking for. We're looking for a large energetic field coming out of our body at either the brain, heart, or spirit level. Now, do you want to go back and use those plastic bottles? Does anyone want to do that? Anyone want to go back and use the plastic bottles?
I have a bottle with me if anybody wants to
Yeah,
practice
because
with
I've
a
got
bottle.
them in the back. Do you want to go back and get the bottles?
Yeah.
Do you? Okay, why don't you go back, fill up the bottles. Okay. All right.
Thanks.
So, Sherry, why don't you sit down for a minute here? We'll let her sit down until everyone
Do you
comes
want to
back.
practice with my bottle?
I'm okay. Yeah, you gotta use it.
You're better
For
than
you.
that.
You wanna use this one?
Ah,
You got
got
the
the
big
magic.
one.
Yeah,
the magic bottle.
Is it magic? Well, tell me.
It's blue.
Just the pendulum.
Okay, and using the pendulum, how's that been working?
It's working fairly accurately.
Okay,
And like Ginger, some days, depending on where I am, like I had some bad days this week, things weren't working just as well that day, but.
okay. Ladies, both of you, when I go back to the period of time that you were doing your testing, thank goodness, neither one of you were here. Good work. Okay? But more often than not, you were here
Mhm.
in the heart area. So you can understand that your answers may be up and down. Okay? Get down into here, which is, you're doing much better because you're not up in here, thank goodness, okay? But you're down in here. Now, if you can just give yourself more time to get back down to that spirit area, I think you'll see your accuracy going skyrocket. Okay?
And my issue is sort of like hers, that when the negativity comes up, if there's an event or just, it's hard to get back out of that space.
Right. Well, since you brought it up, let's go back to that idea for a minute here, because that's important. So, suppose we are in that type of space. It's been a bad day, a long day, we're upset, whatever you want to say. What do we do first? What do we do first? Clear. You're clear. What do we do second? Capital S-I-N.
Acknowledge.
Right. We acknowledge that we're living in capital S-I-N, self-imposed nonsense. Okay? And we understand we're doing this, and then we give ourselves permission to be forgiven by ourselves and God. Okay? And then the third thing is we put ourselves on that prosperity circle, and we allow that energy to come through and get rid of that S-I-N. Yes?
Don't we also ask for God and
Yeah.
the spirits and
Right.
our angels, et cetera, to assist us and give them permission and allow
That's
us
right.
to do that?
That's right. That's very important too.
That's
That we ask for
really
permission
important,
and allow.
especially when you've got all kinds of stuff going on.
That's right.
That's really important.
That's right. So after we clear, then that would be a very good next step, is to give permission and allow God, Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit, angels to come in and help us, okay? And then we can go on, okay? And that works very well. That's how I was able to go from my incorrect answer to the correct answer very quickly, by doing those steps, okay? And it works. Okay, so everyone's got the bottle, right? Okay, so, Sherry, I'm going to have you come back up. Okay, now I'll ask you to just imagine whatever this is, if that energy is going through your body. Remember we said that one spot in your body will resonate with whatever that is. Could be the brain, could be the heart, could be the spirit. And wherever that is, there's going to be a large distortion of the energetic field as you're looking at her. Her aura will shift and change, whatever area is absorbing that. And now, you working the bottle, you may sense something, okay, as you go through the different spots, brain, heart, and spirit. So I'll give you a few minutes. Okay, so let me ask. How many people believe that whatever this is that she's referring to is coming from the brain? Show of hands. How many people would say that? Looks like I'm the only one. Okay.
Oh, well then.
But you know what, I bet he's gonna be heart and spirit.
It makes it easy that way.
Yeah.
Makes it very easy.
You don't get a choice, somebody.
Well, I just went to the point.
Oh,
Okay, she was in her brain. She was in her brain. Okay. Now, how could she move out of the brain and get down to her spirit? What do you think? Based on whatever this is, we don't care what it is, but how do you think she could do it? Now go to your spirit and connect with her spirit. Okay? What do you think she could do based on what we've been talking about?
Some breathing exercises.
Excellent. Some deep breathing exercises. Good.
Showering gratitude.
There you go. Showing gratitude. Very good. Very good. Keep it going. And anyone else? Forgiveness. Very good.
In the process, I always give my spirit permission to align with my heart and my brain.
There you go.
And I give myself permission and allow myself to function and operate from my
Very
spirit.
good. Very good. That's all very important. That's all very important. Anything else you might suggest?
Slowing down,
Slowing down. Very good. Why did you say that?
because her brain is insisting that she take action, but without proper focus and without the information she needs, the action will more likely than not lead to disaster, because action for its own sake is dangerous.
Very good. Very good. That was very good. Very good. Very good. I'm very
Okay,
impressed.
so I have a question.
Yeah.
Before we do this, before you come up here, should I have like cleared and done all those steps to put myself into the right mode?
No, I wanted to see where you were at the moment.
Okay.
And that's where we're going, at the moment.
And
Okay?
when you feel like, okay, I'm perfectly calm, everything is great, and then you say I'm in my brain,
Mhm.
why? I mean, I don't feel like
It's a brain question.
I'm in a brain
At all.
I'm like perfectly fine and happy and,
Okay. Unfortunately, for some people, being in the brain or heart is a natural instinct for a long time. And it becomes very familiar. Very familiar. Now, that's a very good point, because I've used the simple idea that if you're calm and relaxed, that's a good indicator that you're living in the spirit. It may not always work. She's a classic example. Okay. So, if that isn't 100% guarantee that you're calm and relaxed, what is the guarantee?
I'm so glad you asked the question. I didn't have to.
Okay. Well, the guarantee would be, and you might try this, the guarantee would be that you go through the steps. You clear your space, you give yourself permission, okay? You accept that there could be an issue here, okay? We just go through the steps that we've done before. And then test and see how you're feeling about whatever that is. Then
What's
test.
the give yourself permission part?
Okay. I think we said this before, Debbie.
Probably.
Yeah, but this is okay, it's okay. It's very important, I believe, to give permission and allow God to help us. I think until we do that, I don't believe that God really has freedom to help us unless we give permission and allow that to occur.
Well, if we just ask him, that's the same thing.
Ask, yes, but I want to make sure you're not asking from here, which will then be resistance, and then you'll wonder why God's not answering. Or you could be asking from here, and the same thing will happen. You'll wonder why God's not answering. But if you can get down to the spirit area and release it, then things happen very fast. In general, very fast. Okay?
So you're giving him permission?
And allowing Him to help us, because we have free will. We have free will. Okay?
I sometimes say I'm open and receptive to spirit.
That's great. That's great. That works.
It sort of gives me a little deeper.
Right. And that works very well for you. Okay? Very good. Okay, so can we have a second person?
I'm gonna do it again.
Please, let's do it again.
You've been working
I
hard.
was hoping you would volunteer. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's take a few minutes right now. So let's let that energy go through your body. Okay. Okay. many people would say that it's coming from her brain? How many? Show of hands. Okay, all right. How many people would say it's coming from the heart area? Show of hands. Good, very good. Okay, how many from the spirit? Would say it's coming from the spirit. Good, show of hands. Good. This time, today, it's coming from the heart area. Good, very good. Remember last week?
Oh, I remember last week.
I remember last week too. Right? Where was it last week?
Right here in the
Right.
brain. Yeah.
Right. Now, why is it shifting for the better?
Well, it was a different question,
Okay.
and it's just different.
Okay. This one is a lot closer to actually being able to do it. So again, how do you think, go to your spirit, how do you think she could get from her heart to her spirit? For whatever that is. What would you suggest this time? Yeah.
I just think that she needs to do more. She's kind of stuck, even though she's doing a lot of things are happening. The things that are happening have scared her, so she's kind of immobile and unsure of what direction to take.
Okay, that's very good. Very good. Now, where is that coming from you, that information? Is that coming from spirit?
I think it's coming from my brain, actually. If I'm over analytical.
Well, whatever you're saying here is working. That's right. And it is going to her spirit. So I hope that's really coming from spirit. But in this case, brain, heart, and spirit can be working together.
Right.
Right. Good job. Anyone else? Anyone else have an idea what she can do? That's good. That was good. Anyone else? Todd, what else could she do?
All the things you suggested for her.
Yes, but I want to be specific though. I like to be specific because some of those things won't work for you as well. So.
Well, since it's fear related, then to think through what you might be fearful through with that particular situation, to try to, ask for guidance and permission and allow anything with fear specifically or doubt with that issue.
Very good. That's very good.
I hear the word believe.
Believe. Okay. Good. Okay. Does that?
Yeah, and so would it be possible that this is actually like winning a scholarship? So, and I find out on the 20th. So would that kind of also be kind of hard to come from the spirit because it's not really up to me? It's based on the video that I submitted?
No.
Well, if
Like
you
our-
want, if you
You're
want to win this
connected
from
to
spirit.
everyone.
Right.
Right, right. If you want to win this from spirit, and as part of your purpose and destiny coming from spirit,
Yeah.
then you have the right to ask for it and allow it to occur.
Okay, 'cause I believe it's gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah. Come from here, come and keep sending it out.
Okay,
Yeah.
to be continued.
To be continued. Okay, so, yes.
Since she was in brain last time, she's in heart this time, Sherry was
With a
saying.
different issue.
Right, it's a different issue, but I'm thinking that Sherry said she should think about this, about the fear. Does that not run the danger of her shifting from heart back up to brain if she does too much thinking about things in that sense?
Yeah, and that's, what you said is right. My attitude was, I'm glad that she said what she said, but it's more about sensing and working through. Okay, that's, yes. A third person, please. Oh. We got a four.
That's all
Yeah,
right.
I'll use it. Okay, so let's take a few moments. Now remember what we said last week. We can allow our spirits to come out of our body and examine Sandra, and she can look at her up and down, come back and give us the information. We can send this spirit anywhere we want to go, any place, and allow it to give us answers. Okay? So give yourself permission to let that happen. Okay? So let's ask the question. How many people believe it's coming from her brain? Show of hands. Okay? Okay. How many people would say it's from her heart? Show of hands. Okay. How about from her spirit? Show of hands. Okay. Well, heart wins. Heart wins. Okay? Very good. But let's find out, just for a moment, how could she move from heart into spirit? No matter what this is that she's dealing with. How could she do it?
Movement.
needs to move, she needs action, she needs to narrow her choices down. So she needs to do something. It's just what's.
That's very good. That's very good. That really came from your spirit. Did you feel that?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really, really strong for me. So, does that make sense? Very good. Very good. Anyone else? Second idea. Second idea. What could she do?
For me, I breathe because it helps me get out of here.
Okay, so
It
deep
helps me
breathing.
get out of here, yeah. It like distracts me from where I wanna reside and get to the real. But it's about giving permission, asking,
That's right.
asking right now.
Yeah, and deep breathing is a form of movement, so that's
Yeah.
right. That's
Mhm.
exactly right. Very good. Third idea. We can do 3 ideas. Third idea.
Like visualizing having it, maybe?
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean,
Allowing, giving yourself permission, allowing spirit, okay, to help in that process. Yeah, very good. All those things will
Thank
help.
you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Barbara? Okay. Okay. So let's take a few moments here.
Trying something different. I brought this as an accident.
Okay. So just take a moment, send out your energy, okay, to evaluate. Remember, we can send this energy out anywhere in the universe and let it come back. It will give us answers. But you can also sense the energetic field. Okay. All right. So, how many people would say that it's coming from her brain? Show of hands. Okay, good. How many people would say it's coming from the heart? Show of hands. Good. Okay. How about from the spirit? Show of hands. Okay. It's coming from the brain. Okay. Now you're agreeing with me. Why are you agreeing?
Because anger.
Yeah. Okay, so what can we do? What can we suggest to her that would help her get from the brain down into spirit? What could we suggest?
Forgiveness.
yeah.
Forgiveness. Okay. Now that's not easy right now, so we would have to give permission and allow spirits to help us go into forgiveness. It's going to be hard on ourselves to do it by ourselves. Good. That's very good.
I think sometimes if you just sit in it, it helps me.
Sit in it.
Uh-huh.
Explain sitting in
Please.
it.
Just feel it,
Feel it.
The anger you mean?
yes. Just let it tell you what you need to do.
Okay.
Is that like owning it?
Uh,
Just,
Yeah,
Just-
sort of, and underneath, there's always something.
Okay. See, well, that's a good idea. It will help her move from here, but it's going to put it into her heart. So if we did that, which got movement going, what would you add to that to now let it go down to spirit? Because you started a good idea. What would you do? What could be done in addition to that? to help it move to
I
spirit?
think I have to own my part of it
Okay,
at the same time that I'm projecting anger too.
okay. So you can feel the emotion, which will take us down here. And then you're accepting your part in this, which is our sin, self-imposed
Like,
nonsense.
I mean, if I get mad at my boss, I know I can't change her. I have to see what's going on here with me.
Right.
Is there something I'm blocking with?
Right. Right. So then we could go into the concept of self-imposed nonsense,
Mm-hmm.
and then go into our techniques and let it drive right down into the spirit area. That could
Along
work.
with
And
forgiveness.
Along with
just show
forgiveness.
me,
Right,
give me the guidance, what's going on here.
right. Good. Anyone else? Yeah.
Oh, I forgot gratitude,
Okay.
because
Yeah, go ahead.
sometimes it's easier just to stop and just think about what we're grateful for. It
There you go.
shifts it away.
There you go. That could be a very good idea too. Good. Good.
Once I've felt the anger, allow myself to feel it, then I have to ask, how's staying angry changing the situation.
Okay, that'll get it back down here.
Okay.
So what do we do from here then?
Eliminate that.
We go into SIN, right? That'll drop it back down. So yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
She needs to forgive herself for her part in this equation, because a lot of times when the anger comes, and I'm a Scotch Irishman, so I know a little bit about this. It's very easy just to get the focus out here. And when I started forgiving myself first, before I started forgiving other people, things seemed to smooth out a lot better.
Scott, what you said was correct. The moment you said herself, though, you went right up into here, right up into there. So she needs to forgive, and say it from here. What does she need to forgive from here? If it's not herself.
Spirit?
Right, that's right, that came from here.
Yeah.
So I need to forgive spirit?
God, that we're kind of holding even God part of the blame.
Who forgives God?
Yeah.
Who forgives
I've
God?
got a question how,
Been there, Berman.
Right.
I have a question how fear can be in the head. I thought fear was an emotion.
Well, fear comes from the heart area,
Mm-hmm.
from the heart, because the heart deals with emotions like
Yeah,
that.
that's why I don't understand why you said it's in the head.
In the brain, it's anger and frustration. Anger and frustration. Okay, we're talking about anger and frustration.
But that's a heart thing.
No, anger and frustration is a brain thing.
Anger feels like an emotion to me.
These are emotions. These are emotions, and these are ways that these are old habits. These habits take us into one of three areas, either here, heart, or spirit area.
No, but I don't understand how an emotion can be a head thing.
Well, it just so happens, and this is going to take more, but it just so happens that the way we look at things, we could be looking at things from our logical side. And it tends in our logical side to be driven by anger and frustration in our logical side. We could also look at things from our fearful side, which goes to our heart side, okay? And then we could look at things truthfully and see the truth in it coming from spirit, which is neutral and just asking for the correct information. Okay?
Well, don't you think that sometimes we tell ourselves stories that scare us?
All the time. All the time. All the time. And you're right, we do, but are we going to listen to the stories, which could scare us, or make us angry, or are we going to look at the truth? Okay? Thank you.
We distinguish. Thank you very
Right,
much.
yeah.
Thank you.
Can we do one more? Yes.
Me.
That was easy. That was easy.
Okay. Am I supposed to hold my card? or
You
what?
could, yes, would be a good idea. Okay, so just imagine that energy's going through. Okay, so let's all be very grateful. Send our energy over here. Let's pick up what's going on. Okay. All right, so how many people believe that it's coming from the brain area? Show of hands. Okay, good. Okay, heart area, show of hands. Okay, spirit area, show of hands. Okay. Heart. Yeah. Now you're agreeing.
Well, yes.
Well, makes sense. And this, whatever it is about doubt. Okay. So how could she get past the doubt? What could she do? Go to your spirit, connect with hers. What could she do?
Love,
Love, love
And
herself,
to be grateful.
and be grateful. Very good, very good.
Believe in herself.
Again, that's coming from up here.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. That's okay. But believe in what? that's coming from spirit?
Faith, believe in,
The power of God.
Yeah,
faith, that's what keeps coming up.
and faith, yeah, yeah.
Her purpose, within her purpose.
Within our purpose. Very good, very good. And all these ideas will work. Very good, thank you, thank you. Okay. Can we do one more, and I'm gonna try amplification this time. I'm gonna bring a person up, and I'm gonna have 3 people hold their hands, and they can touch one person. So, Danny, I'm going to have them touch you. Okay, these 3 people. Now, these 3 people are going to be praising both yourself and whoever's up here, so that you can see the truth. Okay? I'm curious. I'm curious to see if by using amplification and by praising whoever's here and yourself, and they see only the best, could that help you make a good choice? Is that possible?
Yes.
It is possible, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
it is.
So, I tell you what, who wants to be the person up here? Danny will be sitting there. He'll be sitting there for the moment. So who wants to come up here now? Thanks. Please. Now, before we do anything with the people that are going to help you, how about you look at her and you decide for yourself, where is the energy? So, also if you will look at, if you'll just figure out, let that energy go through your body, just let it go through. And when you've made your decision, Danny, let me know.
Heart.
Okay, all right, so let's get 3 people. So who wants to help Danny? Okay, 2 more people, okay? Okay, so let's bring up 3, and we'll have you sit around Danny, okay? So you'll hold each other's hands, we'll hold his hands, so let's move the chair over here, so we'll get your chair for you. Sit close to Danny, okay? So bring up some chairs here. Here we go. Right there. Okay, and let's form a circle. So hand to hand, okay? Now the 3 of you that are helping him, let's see yourself praising both of these 2 people. And so let's see, praise them, okay? See the best for them. I give permission for Danny to see the truth. Okay, very good. Okay, Danny, take a look again. Okay, tell me what you see now.
I still feel it's the heart.
Okay, you're right, it is the heart. This time around, was there any difference?
Not really. I just doubted the first thing that I felt.
Okay, so was it any stronger, the same intensity? Was there anything different this time with the help of the 3 people?
Just immediately felt heart.
In both cases?
Mhm.
Okay, okay, that's good. Can we do one more? Can we do more? So can we replace Danny with someone else, and let's replace Oscar with another person? Because you knew it in the beginning, and I was just curious to see if anything would shift. Well, let's try another time. So can we have someone take Danny's place? Okay. Sandra? Okay, so you'll take his place then? You'll take Danny's place? Yes. Do you want
Danny,
to
we're
come
replacing
in
you.
front?
You're fired.
You're too good
You
on
are
your
the weakest
own.
link.
Back up?
Okay?
I'm still employed, okay.
Okay, so the job's all right.
Okay. So, Danny, if you'll let the energy go through your body. Okay. And Sandra, before they touch you, so let's.
Yeah.
Sorry about this.
Oh, man, we
That's
should have
good.
thought that through.
It's all right, it's okay. She's all right. So, you tell me, Sandra, what do you sense? Brain, heart, or spirit?
Heart.
Okay. All right, okay, let's touch. for the three of you that are helping, let's turn up the energy. Okay, let's really go into a deep level of praise in the spirit area. Let's praise Sandra, let's praise Anita. Okay, keep praising. Let's keep, that's good. Sandra, what do you see now?
Now I see spirit.
Okay. It's the brain area.
I'm wishing you good things.
It's the brain. She's very optimistic.
Yeah,
Very
must have
optimistic.
been all those people that had spirit with you there.
Right.
That's true, I do.
Okay. In theory, this could help us make better choices, in theory. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very
We need
much.
to have a group of people with us all the time.
We have spirit.
What's wrong with your entourage? Spirit friends.
Well, you know what's interesting though? What was interesting, and we may need just to practice this. What was interesting was that when the three of them were holding your hands, brain took over. Your brain took over, and it dropped it, made it go down. Because the brain was trying to take over.
Oh, so they weren't able to help me as much as they could because I was
The brain
taking
took
over.
over. Yeah, for some reason the brain took over. I don't understand why.
Leadership role.
Leadership, but we're also
And
bringing people.
tired, I can feel like I'm
You're
just
tired.
kind of, yeah, I was kept trying to clear everything so I could, the energy didn't feel.
The stress.
Yes,
This is
yeah.
not easy and it's stressful in front of everyone.
Correct.
But next time we get back here, we'll practice this a little bit more. I do believe, if we get into the right frame of mind, that this will work well. Because it's like the power of prayer. It's the same thing. We know prayer works, and we know the multitudes that are praying for something, we get the effects even faster. So we know it works. You guys did well, did very well. Well, so Sandra, would you mind taking over?